Hello everyone, welcome to the Voice channel, and today we will discuss differential equations, specifically the elimination of arbitrary constant. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the Voice channel, and today we will discuss differential equations, specifically the elimination of arbitrary constant. Okay. Differential equation of a certain function is by eliminating the arbitrary constants. Okay, so here there is a certain criteria that you have to follow for the elimination of arbitrary constant, but we will skip this one. Then we will just proceed with the elimination of arbitrary constant. Okay, so in each of the following, eliminate the arbitrary constant. Okay, by the way, ano nga pala muna yung arbitrary constant? Okay, ano ba yung arbitrary? So, arbitrary constant meaning paiba-iba siya. Paiba-ibang, it could be any value, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 5, it could be any value. Okay, it could be any values because it is arbitrary. Kasi meron na mga ibang tinatawag na constant which is, let's say, fixed na siya. For example, that constant, let's say, a numerical value, let's say 1. So, it is a fixed constant. Okay, then meron din tinatawag na parameter, okay, na constant which wherein hindi rin siya nababago but hindi siya numerical value. Anyway, we will discuss that pagka napunta na tayo sa problem na meron ng parameters. Okay? So, let's start with problem number 1. So, x cubed minus 3x squared y equals c. So, here, una muna, just write the solution. Okay? Just after the problem, just write the solution para madaling basahin or magandang basahin or madaling maintindihan or madaling panuorin, okay, nang babasa nito. Wherein wala pang idea sa pag-eliminate ng arbitrary constant. So, write the word solution, then copy the problem. Mas maganda, tapat-tapat yan. Tapat yung yan. Just copy. Mas maganda, tapat-tapat. Then, one way of or eliminating the arbitrary constant, or we can eliminate the arbitrary constant by differentiation or differentiating the given equation. So, here, kaya lang, unang kailangan yung malaman is what are the variables and what are the constants or constant. Okay. So, here, normally, ang variable, ang designation nun or nire-represent yon sa mga nasa bandang dulo ng alphabet. For example, X, Y, Z, W, B, etc. So, yun ang ginagamit na variables. But on the other hand, doon naman sa arbitrary or sa constant, normally yung sa start naman ng alphabet, letter A, letter B, C, D, E, etc. and so on and so forth. So in this particular problem, we can say that by inspection, we can say that X and Y are the variables. It could be independent or dependent variable, depending na later sa differential equation. And then our constant is C. So, differentiate. So, anong constant natin? Unang-una, dapat bilangin nyo kung ilan yung arbitrary constant. Kasi kung ilan yung arbitrary constant, ganun kakaraming magdi-differentiate. So, here, the arbitrary constant AC is only C. So, isang beses ka lang, or isa lang yung arbitrary constant. So, isang beses ka lang magdi-differentiate. Okay. So, here, I think if you will analyze this equation, so x cubed, so this one is a power formula, then this 3x squared y or negative 3x squared y, I think this one will be derivative of a product and this one is a constant. So for power formula, derivative ng u to the n is equal to n, u to the n minus 1 du. Okay. Then, about for product, the derivative of a product ub is equal to u, derivative ng second term plus the second term plus derivative ng first term, or dub is equal to udb plus b du. So let's differentiate. So yeah, okay, so differentiate for this one is power. So we're ignoring this one. Derivative ng power is 3 x squared, derivative ng x is dx. Okay. So, derivative na, yun yan. And then this one is, unahin muna natin yung, this one is your first term, negative 3x squared. Derivative ng y is dy. Ito yun. Negative 3x squared, derivative ng y is dy. Then, sumunod naman, negative 3y, ito yun. Then, derivative ng x squared is 2x dx. Then, the derivative of c is 0. Ganun lang. Ganun lang kasimple. So, i-differentiate mo lang. Then, you will notice here na na-eliminate ka agad yung constant. So, by differentiation or differentiating the original equation, you can eliminate the arbitrary constant. So, let's simplify this one. Okay? So, 3x squared dx. 3x squared, I think, i-multiply lang natin to this will become 6xy dx. Then, ito yung 3x squared dy. Then, I think we can still simplify. If we will divide this by 3x, so ang matitira na lang dito ay x dx. Then dito, this is 2y dx. Then this one is negative x dy. Ayun. Then, pagsamasamahin natin yung combine natin by dividing by factoring dx. So, x minus 2y quantity dx, then minus x dy equals 0. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay, huwag na natin pahirapin. So, ganun lang ang pag-eliminate ng arbitrary constant. Just count the number, just identify the variables. Here, this is x and y. Then the arbitrary constant in our problem, that is c. Then count the number of the arbitrary constant. Kung ilan yung number ng dami ng arbitrary constant, ganun kung ilan beses kang magdi-differentiate. For this problem, isa lang yung arbitrary constant, so isang beses ka lang magdi-differentiate. Okay? So, ayun. Then simplify. Normally, ito kasi yung lumalabas na sagot sa mga book or sa book na pinagkunan ko nito. So, kailangan, kasi banda rito or up to this one, pwede na eh. That is, pwede na ito yung sagot. Kaya lang, we have to simplify this further, then palabasin yung sagot sa libro. And ito yon. Okay? So, gano'n lang kasimple. But, this one, that final answer, that equation, or that differential equation, that equation is the differential equation of this equation. Okay? So, one way of showing or getting the value of the differential equation is by elimination of the arbitrary constant. Okay, so yun. Okay. Then problem number 2, I think this one is quite similar to dito. Siyempre, second problem pa lang naman to. Ang nangyari lang dito, this one is dalawang product. Okay. So, y sin x minus xy squared equals c. So, ang variable mo dito, napakarami ng letter dito. Obviously, yung x saka yung y. Yung sin, kasalanan yan. Huwag natin gawin yan. Then, ito yung arbitrary constant, yung c lang. So, therefore, here, again, just write the solution. Then, copy the problem. Kailangan pantay-pantayan. Then, differentiate. Then, identify which is variable and independent variable. And then, the arbitrary constant, c. Then, isa lang yung arbitrary constant. Similarly here, just differentiate this equation once. So, pag differentiate natin, so this one is a product again. So, and then, merong power formula rito. So, lagay lang ulit natin yung formula. Then, this one is the product. Then, may nadagdag dito yung sine. Okay. So, the derivative of sine u is equal to positive cosine u du. Okay? Let's differentiate. Masaya. Okay? So, tirahin na rin. Okay? Then, ito muna. This one is a product. So, ito muna y. Derivative ng sine is cosine x dx. Then, minus. Then, ito muna. Then, sine x. Then, derivative ng y is dy. Ngayon. Then, ito, negative x muna. Ito yun, negative x. Derivative ng y squared is 2y dy. Then, negative y squared muna. Then, derivative ng x is dx. So, kaya ito yun. Okay? Then, simplify, distribute, then tingnan natin kung merong magkakamukha dito or rearrange na lang natin para pagsama-samahin natin yung parehas na yung merong dx saka merong dy. So ito naging y cosine x dx, tapos ito nilipat doon negative y squared dx, then sine x dy, then minus 2y or 2xy dy, pinag-interchange lang, equals 0. Again, na-eliminate na naman yung constant because of the derivative of constant equals 0. Okay, then, I think we can factor out y dx. Tama, no? Y dx. Okay, ang matitira dito is cosine x, then dito naman is negative y. Okay, kaya ayun, cosine x minus y, then y dx. And here, we can factor out dy only. So, sine x minus 2xy equals 0. And that is your final answer. You will notice here na dito, na ano nangyari dito? Ganun din, napalabas natin yung sagot. Okay. Here, napansin nyo rito, ganun lang, by simply differentiating the equation, you can eliminate the arbitrary constant. Okay, ganun. So, yung dalawang problem na to, ganun ang nangyari dito. Then, mapapansin nyo rin dito sa sagot, okay, palagi nauna yung arrangement kasi ng differentials, palagi nauna yung dx sa dy. Katulad dito, dx muna rito, tapos dy. Dito, dx tapos dy. So, ganun dapat. Kasi ito yung normal na arrangement ng differential sa differential equation. Okay. Again, this final answer is the differential equation of this equation. Okay. Anyway, ang definition natin ng differential equations are equation containing derivatives or differentials. Ito yan. Okay. So, sige. So, problem number 3. So, x squared y equals 1 plus cx. So, again, ito medyo naiba lang yung problem. Okay. Ng konti. So, problem 1 and 2. So, write the solution, then copy the problem, then analyze this one. So, here, yung 1 is not an arbitrary constant, but instead, it is a fixed constant. Isa lang ang value niyan, 1 lang. Or numerical constant yan. Then, isa lang yung arbitrary, yung x. Ang variable natin, yung x saka yung y. So, differentiate natin yan. Isa lang yung arbitrary constant. So, isang differentiation lang. Then, here, this one is derivative of a product. Product yan. So, x squared muna, derivative ng y is dy. Then, y muna, derivative ng x squared is 2x dx. So, ito yan. Then, derivative ng 1 is 0. Then, plus derivative ng cx, this one is a constant. So, c dx. Okay. Then, divide this by dx. Okay. So, napansin nyo rito, by the way, hindi diretsong na-eliminate yung arbitrary constant. So, here, dun sa problem 1 and 2, automatic na eliminate kagad siya. But dito sa problem natin, problem number 3, hindi siya kagad na eliminate. So, ang gagawin nyo dito ay iiyak. hindi iiyak. Ang gagawin nyo dyan, pwedeng dalawa. By simultaneous equation, you can eliminate the arbitrary constant using simultaneous equation. O kaya naman, you will use substitution. Okay? Or naman, get the equivalent value of C, of the equivalent value of the constant, then substitute. Paano? By dividing this equation by dx. Then mamaya, pag dinivide mo siya, mangyayari, x squared dy over dx. Then this one, makakancel lang yung dx, 2xy equals c. So therefore, you get the equivalent of the constant. Ang gawin nyo dyan, just substitute to the original equation. Then substitute x squared y equals 1 plus c. What is c? Ito. Yun. Then multiplied by x. Then distribute. Simplify natin. X squared y equals 1. Then this will become x cubed dy over dx. Then plus 2x squared y. Okay. Then let's multiply the whole equation by dx. Yan. Multiply the whole equation by dx. So this will become x squared y dx. Then plus dx. Then plus x cubed dy. Then plus 2x squared y dy. Or dx, sorry. Okay. Then, here may x squared ka dito, x squared y dx, tapos may 2x squared y dx. So, mawawala lang yung isa, makakancel yung isa doon. Cancel ito magiging 1 na lang. Then, magiging dx plus x cubed dy plus x squared y dx equals 0 na lang. Okay? Then, pagsamasamahin natin yung Magkaparehas. Yung dx plus tsaka x squared y dx. Factor out dx. So, magiging x squared y plus 1 dx plus x cubed y dy equals 0. And that is the final answer. Again, this final answer is the differential equation of this equation. Okay, yun. Then number 4, cy squared equals x squared plus y. Almost halos parehas lang siya. Okay. Kaya lang ang ginawa dito is differentiate directly the equation, then get the equivalent of c. Dito, iba naman ang gagawin natin. Dito, just copy the solution, write the solution, the word solution, then copy the problem. Then ang gagawin natin dito, uunahin muna natin kunin yung equivalent ng c. Parang baliktad dito. Dito kasi, dinifferentiate din, kinuha yung c. Dito, kunin mo muna equivalent ng c. So, divide this by y squared. So, makawawala lang yung y squared doon, matitira c. Then, nag-interchange lang to, x squared plus y over y squared. Okay? Then, obviously, di-differentiate natin yan. Yung arbitrary constant is isa lang uli, yung c lang. Then differentiate, but this differentiation is now quotient, derivative of a quotient. So the formula is derivative ng u over b is denominator muna, then derivative ng numerator minus numerator, derivative ng denominator, or over denominator square. So yun yun. So kaya pag dinerivative mo to, y squared muna, derivative ng x squared plus y is 2x dx plus dy. Then minus numerator x quantity x squared plus y. Then derivative ng y squared is 2y dy. Ito siya. Okay? So y squared, derivative nito is 2x plus 2x dx plus y dy. Then minus ito muna, numerator x squared plus y, derivative ng y squared is 2y dy. All over y square square. Okay? Ang hirap lang kasi dito, magdi-derivative ka, quotient, medyo mahaba-haba instead of a product, diretso lang. Ito quotient, okay, tas meron pang denominator. But don't worry, derivative ng constant by the way is 0. Don't worry kasi yung y square dito na ini-square, i-multiply mo rin yun sa 0. Mawala lang tong denominator. Okay? Kaya, kung mawala itong denominator, then distribute 2xy squared dx, then plus y squared dy, then minus 2x squared y dy, minus 2y squared dy equals 0. So, meron ka ditong y squared dy, negative 2y squared dy, so magiging negative y squared dy na lang yan. So, 2xy squared dx, then minus ito, 2y x squared dy, then ito natin, nabawasan na isa, naging minus y squared dy na lang. I think here we can still divide the whole equation by y. Okay, matitira dito is 2xy dx minus 2x squared dy minus y dy. Ito yon. Then pagsama-samahin natin yung parehas. So here we can factor out dy or negative dy. So 2xy dx minus quantity 2x squared magiging positive y plus quantity dy equals 0. And that is the final answer. So, ang nangyari dito sa dalawang problem na to, dito, dinifferentiate muna yung problem directly, then get the equivalent of c. Then, sinubstitute to eliminate yung c. Dito naman, una muna, kinuha muna yung equivalent ng constant c, then tsaka dinifferentiate. Medyo mahirap lang dahil derivative ng quotient yung gagawin mo. But don't worry, magko-cross multiply, mawawala naman yung denominator square. Okay, then simplify. Okay, any question? Isasagot kaya? Okay, anyway, sige, punta tayo sa susunod. Okay, eto, bago. Number 5, bagong-bago. Okay, so nakadaya-daya, bagong-bago to, ibang-iba. Okay, so x is equal to a sin wt plus beta. Kaya lang meron kinentong ito, may binanggit ka pa ha. Mahingay ka. W is a parameter not to be eliminated. So, hindi daw alisin yung W. Hindi, huwag. Okay? Kuhain yung huwag. Okay? So, here, medyo naiba yung problem kasi normally sanay tayo ng x and y but dito, x saka I think that is t. So sa electric circuit, so normally ganyan ang functions. Okay, anyway, so here again, just copy the word solution or write the word solution, then copy the problem as is. Okay, maganda pantay-pantay. Then differentiate. So let's examine this so ako tayo ng microscope. Okay. Let's examine this equation. So here, ang variable mo dito normally x sabi ko nga sa inyo normally doon yung sa bandang dulo ng alphabet. So here, ang ano mo dito yung x saka yung t. X saka yung t. So yun yung variables. Okay. Then dito naman ang magiging, so since parameter na yung W, so fix siya, hindi mo siya i-eliminate. Then ang magiging arbitrary constant mo, yung A tsaka yung beta. Okay, so so you have two arbitrary constant, A tsaka yung beta. Then therefore, you will differentiate this twice. Dalawa kasi yung arbitrary constant. Kung ilan yung, again, kung ilan yung arbitrary constant, ganun ka rin kadaming magdi-differentiate. Okay. So, differentiate muna. So, here ang mangyayari, derivative ng x with respect to t. Hindi na, wala nang y dito. So, this one is derivative ng x with respect to t na siya. So, dx over dt mangyayari dito. Kaya lang, so since this one is a sine, so meron tayong derivative ng sine u. Or equals positive cosine u du. I think nabanggitan natin yan before. But ulitin na lang ulit natin. The derivative of sine u is equal to positive cosine u du. Okay, differentiate natin to. Ang mangyayari dito, derivative of x with respect to t na. Okay. So since constant yung a, so ano natin yung constant. So derivative ng sine is cosine. Derivative ng u is w. Derivative ng beta is 0. Kaya magiging w cosine wt, quantity wt plus beta. Or cosine quantity wt plus beta. Okay? So again, we have two variables here. So, or dalawang arbitrary constants. So we will differentiate this twice. So differentiate it again. So this one is cosine. So ang derivative na yun ng cosine, u is negative sine u du. Okay. So here, derivative nito. Ang mangyayari na dito is the second derivative of x with respect to t na siya. Or ito yon, second derivative na siya. Okay? So, ito constant yung AW. Ang derivative ng cosine U is negative sine U. Ito yan. The derivative ng U is W. Ayun. Kaya negative W sine of WT plus beta. Okay? Simplify. Negative A, W. So, W squared sine WT plus beta. Okay? So, take note, hindi rin na-eliminate yung arbitrary constant. Although, dalawang beses tayo nag-differentiate. But, we can eliminate the arbitrary constant by substitution. Okay, kasi, yung A sin WT plus beta is equivalent to X. Kaya, itong A sin WT, magiging X na lang yan, magiging negative, if you will substitute, negative W squared X na lang siya. So, the second derivative of x with respect to t is equal to negative w squared x. So, kung na-eliminate, this could be your final answer. Kaya lang, we have to show the answer in the book. So, pakita natin na ilipat mo lang ito sa kabila. Chigs! Pag nilipat mo ito sa kabila, chigs, magiging positive. Then, the second derivative of x with respect to t plus w squared x equals 0. This is your final answer. Okay. Dali lang, ano? Okay. Sabi number 6. So here, x is equal to C1 cosine WT plus C2 sine WT. When, again, W is a parameter katulad ng problem number 5. So here, obviously, so since WT is constant, or sorry, parameter, so ang variable mo dito, yung x saka t uli. Okay? So, ang variable mo dyan, yung x and t, pares lang nito. Then, yung constant mo, yung C1, tsaka yung C2. Okay. So, the arbitrary constant is C1 and C2. Okay. Ano nga yung C1 and C2? Okay. Ano nga uli? Tanggalin natin. Ano nga yung C1 and C2? Sila ay parehas na parehas na iced tea. Okay? Parehas silang iced tea. C1 at saka C2. Hindi. Meron pa bang 1 ngayon? Parang wala na. C2, ano yung marami pa C2. Okay? So, differentiate. Again, dalawang beses kang magdi-differentiate. Okay? So, okay, here, cosine and sine. So, ito yung derivative ng sine tsaka ng cosine. Ng sine, positive cosine u du. Ng cosine u naman is negative sine. So, here, differentiate 1. So, dx over dt ulit. Then, derivative nito is constant ito. So, C1, derivative ng cosine is u is negative sine u du. Or negative sine wt. Then, derivative ng u or ng wt is w. Same, similarly here, C2 sine wt, derivative ng sine is cosine, positive. So, C2 cosine wt, then derivative nito is w. Okay. Then, pwede nating simplify yan. Or wag na. Differentiate na kagad. So, ang constant mo dito is negative C1 W. Derivative ng sine is cosine. Positive cosine. Okay, yung derivative ng sine, ito yon. So, kopyahin nyo na lang. Or positive W cosine WT. Then, derivative ng cosine, ito yon. Negative W sine WT. Kopyahin nyo na lang. Then, simplify. So, I think we can factor out negative W square here kasi magiging negative C1 W square cosine WT minus W square C2 sine WT. We can factor out negative W squared. Then, matitira dito is, mangyayari dito is C1 cosine WT then plus C2 sine WT. But, this term, C1 cosine WT plus C2 sine WT ay equal yan sa X. Okay? So, just substitute ang mangyayari. Pag sinubstitute mo itong x dito, ganun ulit, magiging ganito lang din ang lalabas. Second derivative of x with respect to t is equal to negative w squared x. And again, transfer to the left side. Yung mangyayari is, second derivative of x with respect to t plus w squared x equals 0 is your final answer. Again, na-eliminate yung arbitrary constant dito sa problem na to by substitution. Okay? Kahit dalawang beses ka nag-differentiate, hindi pa rin naalis, but by substitution, you can eliminate the arbitrary constant. Okay, very good. Next. Okay, y is equal to cx plus c squared plus 1. So, medyo madali lang to. So, here, you have only one arbitrary constant, yung c lang. Yung 1, hindi siya arbitrary. So, isang beses ka lang ulit mag-differentiate. So, copy the problem, write the word solution, pantay-pantay, differentiate, isang arbitrary constant. Okay? So, ang gamitin na natin dito, y prime na. Okay, para madali. So, derivative ng y is y prime equals cx or c squared. Constant pa rin yan. So, 0, then ito 0. So, therefore, you can get c equals y prime, then substitute dun sa original equation. So, pag sinubstitute mo, y is equal to y prime x plus y prime squared plus 1 is your final answer. Okay. So, this one is the differential equation of this equation. Okay, ang gulo, no? Anyway. Then, number 8, y is equal to mx plus h over m, where h is a parameter. Then m to be eliminated. So, yung h daw, hindi daw siya eliminate. Parameter siyang eliminate yung m. So, therefore, your arbitrary constant here is the m. Okay. By the way, anong equation ba to? Tsaka ito. Equation ng line yan. Equation ng line, parehas. Differentiate. Isa lang bali ang arbitrary constant mo dito, yung m lang. Yung h kasi hindi siya arbitrary constant. Sabi nga dito, this one is a parameter. So, hindi natin siya eliminate. Okay. So, yun. So, AC is equal to 1. Isa lang beses ka magdi-differentiate. So, this one is y prime. Derivative ng x is 1. So, m na lang to. Ito, pares na constant to. Although this one is parameter, pero pares na constant yan. So, the derivative of constants is 0. So, m is equal to y prime. So, therefore, substitute mo lang yan dun sa original equation dito. Y is equal to y prime xy prime or h over y prime. Okay. And this would be your final answer. Madali lang, ano? equation of lines. Then here, y squared is equal to 4ax. Ano siya? Equation ng ano yan? Equation ng problem number 9. That one is an equation of a parabola. Parabola opening saan siya? Okay. Parabola opening, saan siya mag-open? Parabola opening soon. Hindi. Parabola opening to the left or to the right. If this is positive, opening to the right. Pag this one is negative, this will become opening to the left. Paano malalaman kung saan nag-opening? Kasi dalawang klase lang naman yung parabola unless na-rotate yung parabola. So normally ang parabola, nag-open siya pakaliwa, pakanan, pataas, saka pababa. Paano malalaman kung saan siya nag-open? Una, tingnan nyo lang kung saan nag-open yung kung saan mag-open yung parabola. Tingnan nyo lang kung alin yung variable sa dalawa, x and y, ang raised to 1 only. So here, raised to 1 to, mag-open siya, it's either sa horizontal lang or pakanan or pakaliwa. So doon lang siya mag-open. So unlike for the other yung equation, for example, this one is y is equal to 4ax squared. Okay? So x squared siya. Ang magiging naman yung y naman. So ang raised to 1. So magpupunta naman siya upward or downward. So kasi y. So doon mag-open. So, depende lang din sa value. O negative, downward. Pag positive, upward. Okay. Saan ginagamit ang parabola? So, saan ginagamit yung parabola? Marami pinagagamitan yan. Okay. Hindi ko lang alam. Then, ginagamit yung parabola. Saan yan? So, you will, if you will recall doon sa physics, yung equations of, or yung flight of projectile or projectile. Okay. Ano yun? Pag ganun yun, hindi siya straight line. Pag bumaril ka or may canyon, hindi siya actually straight line ang path niya. Bakit? Hihilahin siya ng gravity. So magpo-form siya ng parabolic. Okay? So parabolic ang niya. So ang tendency nun, pag diretso, hindi naman diretso tataas yun. Siyempre bababa pa rin yan because of gravity. Sa bandang huli, sa bandang dulo, pababa na siya. So, ang niya is parabola. Okay. Saan pa ginagamit ang parabola? Okay. Unang-una, pinaka-basic application ng parabola, yung flashlight. Pag meron kang flashlight, okay, yung parabola kasi may tinatawag na focus yun. Pagka yung bounce ng ilaw, nung sa flashlight, magbabounce dun sa, kasi yung lente niya, naka-parabolic shape or paraboloid ang itsura niya or parabolic. Pag yun, yung tama ng ilaw doon sa parabolic curve, ang reflection yun horizontal. Kaya mapapansin niyo once na ginagalaw niyo yung unahan ng flashlight, nababago siya, dumidiretso, lumalaki yung liwanag kasi nababago yung position ng focus. So, yung pinaka-focus mo nandoon yung ilaw, yung reflection tatama sa salamin ng lente ng flashlight. Okay, salamin yun, magre-reflect siya pa horizontal pagka parabola. Okay. So, yun yung isang another basic ng application ng parabola. Another yung pag yung rotated vessel, yung for example, meron kang cylinder, may laman tubig, yung timba, let's say yung timba, yung bilog, pinaikot mo yon. Ang tendency nun, because of my centrifugal force, okay, itutulak niya yung tubig sa malayo doon sa center of rotation. Okay. Yung sa bandang wall ng timba o ng cylinder, tataas yung tubig doon. Okay. Yung sa bandang gitna, yung malapit sa yung center of axis of rotation, doon naman bababa naman ang tubig doon. Okay. Kaya ang shape nun magiging paraboloid or parabola. So yun ang gamit ng parabola. Then marami pa marami pa may okay, kung mapapansin nyo, ganda na shape ng parabola, di ba? Favorite shape yun, yung parabola. Okay? Okay. So, erase. Okay, so solution, just copy the problem. Okay? Then differentiate. Again, there is only one variable here, although may number 4 doon, isa lang arbitrary constant natin, yung A lang. So we have one arbitrary constant, one differentiation lang. Okay. So here, power lang to, 2y dy, then ito, 4a dx. Okay. So here we can get the equivalent value of 4a. Hindi siya na-eliminate. We can get 4a by dividing the whole equation by dx. So therefore, 4a is equal to 2y dy over dx. Then substitute mo dito. Okay? Sige, ako na. Okay? Substitute ko dyan. Ikaw, ako na. Magiging y squared equals 2y dy over dx. Then multiplied by x. Then I think we can cross multiply ito. Magiging y squared dx. Then ito, distribute mo doon, 2xy dy. Then transfer mo sa kabila. Magiging y squared dx minus 2xy dy equals 0. Okay. Although we can still divide the whole equation by y, mangyayari y dx minus x dy equals 0 could be your final answer. But ito kasi yung pinakitang sagot sa book. Okay? So, next. Ito, y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So here you have, wala naman sinabi ditong parameter. So therefore, you have three arbitrary constant, a, b, and c. Okay? So, ang arbitrary constant mo dito, a, b, tapos c. So, you will differentiate this thrice. Tatlong beses mo siyang i-differentiate. So, first differentiation, y prime, magiging derivative ng x squared is 2x squared. Okay, y prime na gamitin natin dito, wag na dx kasi tatlong beses tayo magdi-differentiate. Then derivative ng bx is b only, derivative ng constant c is 0. Then differentiate it again. Magiging y double prime na to. Then derivative nito is 2x times 1. Then derivative ng b is 0. Then differentiate again. Y triple prime is equal to derivative ng 2a is 0. And that is the answer. Okay. So take note, this one is equation of parabola opening to the right yan or to the left, depende kung positive or negative. Then ito, this one is parabola opening upward din yan. Or upward or downward. Depende. Kasi i-perfect square mo lang to, i-convert mo na siya sa standard form ng parabola. Kaya lang magkaiba dito. This one is, ano to, first order lang, but dito, this one is third order differential equation. By the way, balik lang tayo. Kung ilan yung arbitrary constant, ganun din yung order na ganun ang magiging order ng resulting differential equation. Tutulad dito, naging order 3. Dito, order 1 lang kasi isa lang arbitrary constant. Okay? Then, number 11, ito, medyo iba to, exponential naman. Y is equal to C1 plus C2 e to the 3x. So, copy the word solution, copy the problem, then we will differentiate, obviously. Then our arbitrary constant dito, C1 and then C2. Then magdi-differentiate tayo dito ngayon ng exponent or exponential. Okay. Derivative of e to the u is equal to e to the u du. Okay. Tama, no? Madali lang. So, therefore, derivative ng y is y prime. Derivative ng C1, constant yun, so 0. So, C2, derivative ng e to the u is e to the u du or e to the u, e to the 3x. Derivative ng u na 3x is 3. Ayun yun. So, y prime, so magiging y double prime. Okay, 0 to. The derivative nito is 3 C2, derivative nito is 3 e to the 3x. Kaya magiging may 3 na doon, tapos another 3, magiging 9C2 e to the 3x. Then, napansin nyo dito, hindi naman na-eliminate yung arbitrary constant, meron pa rin natirang C2. So, dito, pwede kang gumawa ng simultaneous equation, or it could be substitution, get the equivalent of C2, then substitute. Pero dito, I will use simultaneous equation. So, multiply y prime by 3, then subtract 2y double prime. So, ito, multiply sa 3, magiging 9 nito. Ito, magiging 3y prime. So, 3y prime, then plus 9, c2 e to the 3x, then subtract yung y double prime. Then, ito, magiging 0. So, 3y prime minus y double prime equals 0. Or, since nawala na arbitrary constant, this is your final answer. So, number 2. I think that is similar. Parehas na parehas halos. Kaya lang nangyari dito, isa lang yung arbitrary constant. This one is constant. Hindi siya arbitrary. So, isang beses ka lang mag-differentiate. Hindi kaaabot ng y double prime. So, derivative again ng e to the u du is e to the u du. So, y prime, derivative dito, 0. Then, c1, 3 e to the 3x. Derivative ng 3x is 3. Okay. Then, isang beses lang. So, hindi siya eliminate. Hindi siya na-eliminate kagad. So, we will use simultaneous equation. So, call this equation 1, call this equation 2. Then, multiply equation 1 by 3. Then, subtract to equation 2. Okay. So, ito yon magiging 3y equals, pinultiply ito, magiging 12 by 3. Then, ito magiging 3c1 e to the 3x. Then, ito, sinubtract yung equation 2, y prime equals 0 plus 3c1 e to the 3x. Then, mangyayari, this will become 3y minus y prime, then 12, ito makakancel, magiging 0. So, therefore, this will be your final answer. Okay. So, isang ano lang dito, order 1, kasi isa lang yung arbitrary constant. Medyo nililito ka lang ng problem eh. Kala mo mahirap, pero madali lang yan. Okay. Then, ito. I think this one is similar to exercise 11. Kaya lang, medyo negative lang to. Pinahirap-hirapan lang ng konti. Ginawang negative para lang na magkaroon ng konting variation. So, solution. Dalawa yung arbitrary constant. So, dalawang beses ka magdi-differentiate. Again, this one is the derivative ng e to the u. E to the u du. So, y prime, derivative ng c1, 0. This will be negative. So, negative 4 c2 e to the negative 4x. Okay. Then, another differentiation, y double prime. Mangyari, magiging negative 4, then negative 4, magiging positive 16. So, c2 e to the negative 4x. So, again, hindi na naman na-eliminate yung c2. c1 lang ang naalis. So, by substitution, okay, or simultaneous equation. So, multiply y prime by negative 4. So, pag multiply mo ito ng negative 4, ang mangyayari magiging negative 4y prime, then this will become positive 16, c2 e to the negative 4x. Ito yun. Then subtract y double prime. Yan, subtract natin siya. Pakahit ako na lang. Okay. Then mangyayari, negative 4y prime, then minus y double prime. Ito yun. Then dito magiging makakancel lang 0. Or, multiply the whole equation by negative 1. Ang lalabas is y double prime plus 4y prime equals 0. That is your final answer. So, parehas lang sila. And here, parehas lang din nung isang problem. Kaya lang e to the x saka e to the negative x doon. Dalawa ang constant or arbitrary constant, c1 tsaka c2. Copy the problem. Differentiate. Ito uli yung makulit na derivative ng e to the u. Then derivative nitong y is y prime. c1 e to the x multiplied by 1 lang yun. Then c2 e to the negative x multiplied by negative 1. Kaya naging negative c2 e to the negative x. Then differentiate again. Y prime is y double prime. Derivative nito is c1 e to the x ulit. Then ito, negative c2 e to the negative x times negative 1 or maging positive c2 e to the negative x. Call it equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. And again, by equating 1 and 3 or equation 3 equals equation 1, equals silang dalawa. So, y prime equals y. Then, lipat mo lang sa kabila. Therefore, y double prime minus y equals 0. And that is your final answer. Okay. Dali lang, ano? Napakadali lang. Kung tutusin, napakadali lang. Okay. Then, eto. Medyo humirap ng konti. Y is equal to x plus c1 e to the x plus c2 e to the negative x. Medyo humirap ng konti. But still, we have two arbitrary constants, c1 and c2. Let's copy the problem solution. Copy the problem, then differentiate. Arbitrary constant, dalawa. So, dalawang differentiation. Again, e to the u na naman. I think meron na tayo niya sa kabila. You can copy the derivative nito. Yung y prime, you can copy this one. Then y double prime, ito. Okay. Pwede nyo kunin na lang yan. So, the derivative ng c1 e to the x is c1 e to the x. Derivative nito is negative c2 e to the negative x. Then differentiate again, y double prime, ang y prime equals derivative ng 1 is 0. C1 e to the x is also C1 e to the x. Then ito, magiging negative times negative 1, magiging positive C2 e to the x. Okay, I called it equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. But here, we can eliminate C1 and C2 by subtracting equation 1 tsaka equation 3, I think. Yun, subtract equation 1 to equation 3. So, y double prime equals 0 plus C1 e to the x plus C2 e to the negative x. Subtract mo ngayon yung equation 1, y equals x plus C1 e to the x plus C2 e to the x. Ang mapapansin niyo, this will become y double prime minus y, then 0 minus x. Then ito, cancel, tsaka ito magkika-cancel. So, then ito, nilipat natin ito sa kabila. Or hindi na nilipat. Y double prime minus y equals negative x. And that is your final answer. Or pwede nyo ito ilipat, magiging plus x din. Okay. Mas madali ito, no? Then this one, y is equal to c1 e to the 2x plus c2 e to the 3x. Pambihira to. Okay. Again, copy the word solution. Then get the arbitrary constant. Ilan? Dalawa, C1 and C2. Then derivative ng e to the u, ito yon. Then, diretsahin na natin. Derivative ng C1 e to the 2x is C1 e to the 2x is 2 C1 e to the 2x. Then, ito naman is C2, 3 C e to the 3x. Then, differentiate again, y double prime. Magkakaroon ng 2, magiging 4, C1 e to the 2x. Ito magkakaroon another 3 multiplied by 3, magiging 9. So, ito yan. Then, elimination. Okay. So, here, medyo mahirap-hirap yung problem na to. Kaya lang, let's diretso na natin para mabilis. Multiply equation by 1 by 2. Then, subtract to equation 2. So, dito, kasi eliminate natin yung C1 and then C2. Kasi dito sa mga problem na to, madali yung problem na to kasi isang elimination lang na eliminate ng kagad C1 and C2. Dito kasi medyo hindi. Okay. So here, let's eliminate first C1. So by multiplying equation 1 by 2, then subtract to equation 2. So ito, multiply. So ito yung y prime, copy mo na yung y prime, ito yon. Then multiply ito ng 2, so 2y. Then ito magiging 2c1 e to the 2x. Then ito magiging 2c2 e to the 3x. Then subtract the whole equation dito, resulting equation dito sa equation ng y prime. So subtract, so y prime minus 2y, ito makakancel, then 3 minus c2. 3c2 e to the 3x, saka 2c2 e to the 3x. So subtract matitira, 1 na lang, c2 e to the 3x. Then call that equation number 4. Then, another, we can use equation 1 and equation 3 to eliminate C1 para C2 na lang ang matira again to have another equation containing the same unknown C2. So here, multiply equation 2 by 2. Then subtract to equation 3. So ito yung equation 3 muna, y double prime, ito yon. Then here, yung equation 2, multiply ng 2. So negative, ito 2y prime plus 4c1 e to the 2x, tsaka magiging 6c2 e to the 3x. Then subtract, magiging y double prime minus 2y prime equals, ito makakancel, tapos 9 minus 6, magiging 3c2 e to the 3x. And call that equation number 5. Then you have equation 4 and 5 containing the same unknown c2, then solve again simultaneously. So multiply equation 4 by 3, then subtract to equation 5. Yan. So multiply equation 4 by 3, magiging 3y prime minus 6y equals 3c2 e to the 3x. Then ito yung equation 5, y double prime minus 2y prime equals 3c2 e to the 3x. Subtract lang natin to yung resulting equation. Nangyayari, y double prime, excuse me, minus y double prime, by the way, ito magsasama itong dalawa, magiging negative y or negative 5y prime, tapos ito magiging plus na siya, 6y equals 0. Dito, makakancel 0. So, na-eliminate na rito arbitrary constant, and this will be your final answer. Y double prime minus 5y prime plus 6y equals 0. Okay. So, Medyo pahirap na pahirap yung problem, pero I think na step by step na-develop niyo na yung solution kung paano siya or yung method or yung approach kung paano siya iso-solve. Okay, so here medyo similar to dun sa isang problem natin. Naging x squared lang to. Okay? So una muna, so I will not anymore discuss this in detail, but ang ginawa dito, almost parehas lang naman yan yung mga sumunod na problem, pero ang ginawa dito ay nag-differentiate because you have two arbitrary constants, C1 and C2. Dalawang beses nag-differentiate, y prime, then y double prime. Then again, we have to eliminate C1 and C2. So from here, multiply equation 1 by 2 and then subtract sa equation 2 to eliminate C1. Then, yung sumunod naman, yung equation 2, para ma-eliminate uli yung C1, multiply naman to ng 2, then subtract sa equation 3. So, ito ngayon ang lumabas. Then, you have equation 4 and equation 5 containing C2. So, we can eliminate C2 here. So, mangyayari, mas maganda, multiply equation 4 by 3, then subtract to equation 5. So, ito yon. So, then, eto ngayon ang lalabas. Y double prime minus 5y prime plus 6y equal 6x squared minus 10x plus 2. That is your final answer. Okay? So, kayo na lang mag-verify nun kung paano siya nag-subtract, multiply, and then nag-arrive sa gantong final answer. And similarly here sa problem 18, okay? So, here, mirap naman siya. Nagkaroon ng x dito. Okay? So, siguro nag-break. Karoon ng x. Okay? Then y, ito yan, you call that equation 1, then differentiate. Simplify, call that equation 2. Then differentiate again because you have two arbitrary constant. Okay? So, y double prime. Okay. Then, so, equation 1 and equation 2, may eliminate mo yung C1. Okay, sinubtract lang siya. Na-eliminate yung C1, so natira is C2. Then equation 2 and equation 3, you can eliminate also C1 by subtracting 2 to 3. Yun. Then call that equation 4 and equation 5. Then, ang natira na lang, ma-eliminate na rin dito yung C2. Subtract lang. Then, yun ang lalabas. Y double prime minus 2y prime plus y equals 0. Same is true here with problem 19. Okay? Then, ganun ang ginawa. Tapos ganito. Tapos ganyan. Naghahadali. Tapos, this is your final answer. So, kayo na bahalang magtuloy niyan. I think nagawa na natin before yung procedure. So, I think kaya-kaya nyo na yan. Sisi na. Then, problem 20. Okay? Last problem, I think. Okay? So, differentiate. Dalawa lang muli yung arbitrary constant. Okay? So, dalawa lang arbitrary constant. So, dalawang differentiation. Then, nag-sub neto. Ayan. Then, nag-elimination, nag-simultaneous equation. Then, ito yung final answer. Dali. Okay, so, ang bilis, ano? So, iniwanan ko na sa inyo kung paano ang nasolve yan. Okay? And, this is the end of the topic. Okay? I hope nakatulong sa inyo to. Okay? Yung video na to para maintindihan yung elimination of arbitrary constant. Okay? Our next video sa susunod ay families of curves. Okay? So with that, thank you. Salamat. God bless.